So today I'm about to do a little quick tutorial on this Keith Haring piece. I'm going to go in with this piece with a traditional mindset. So that means I'm gonna do a lot of bold, crisp lines. So this piece, I'm actually using a bishop needle. This was a 7-round liner, long taper. A long taper is simply just a pointier edge. So think about if you have a #2 pencil and then you go to sharpen that pencil and you now use a Dell, that would be the long taper in theory, that you use a sharper point on there. It's not as dull, if that makes sense. Hey guys, we're back. I'm sorry. I apparently thought my video was recording. I received a phone call. I am doing this off an iPhone and it stopped my video. So I got through the entire outline, as you guys can see. And it's pretty clean. I did a 1-line pass and I'm going to actually start filling this in with color. So this video will start to become a color video on how to fill in solid color. So let's get into it. As you see here now, I am actually using a FYT cartridge needle. It is a flat. When I'm doing solid colors, I like to use flats instead of curves, because curves tend to taper off towards the ends on both the left and right side of the needle, which gives you a lot of a faded look, which would give you that blends for shading and start like soft gray wash shading and things like that. So since I'm packing in solid color, I'm using a flat needle. And this here is what I'm using now is an 11 mag. Starting off at the edge of that line, I'm just gonna quickly shovel it in front to back and also small circles to get a nice, good, even saturation. We're bringing less trauma as possible to the skin. This is a smaller tattoo, so I want you guys to make sure you're not as scared to actually like go over. I use the 50% rule, which is once I did an area, I like to double up and go over it 50% as I'm going into the new area. And also, you don't have to just have your hand, it's just like drawing. You don't have to have your hand positioned in just one way. You can angle that needle, position your hand in different ways to make sure you get those edges and fill in those non-tattooed areas completely and smoothly and evenly. There's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're confident in what you're doing and you're not pressing too hard to present a lot of trauma and bruising to the skin. I'm using a very, very light touch, letting the machine do most of the work, not pressing down hard at all, or even overstretching the skin. And if you're a beginner, what I'm doing here now, you see I'm using the mag to get those edges. Don't be afraid to pull out a brand new fresh liner. I will use something to get those edges, like a 7-round liner, just to make sure, you know, I'm not doing too much trauma to the skin. And that's always, always, always a good thing to do. Don't be afraid to go back in with different needle groupings to get exactly what it is that you need to do. Because anything like art, as you know, just like if you're painting or drawing, there's a lot of different paint brushes, and that's the same idea goes towards needles. There are a lot of different needles to get the job done, the same way you have different paint brushes to paint a mural on a wall. And you see that plasma starts to come to the top of the skin. That's how I know it's a full saturation. It's not gushing blood. It's not overly bleeding. She actually is doing very, very well, and you can see it as the plasma gets to the surface of the skin that is packed in there evenly and nicely. We want to go back in and get a little detail spots on some of those areas, and that's perfectly okay. To just, you know, I'm just getting it real quick and getting out of there, not overworking the skin. And what I'm going to do now is my technique I like to call just a little brush over. So I'd like to take the needle and just brush over the entire tattoo very, very lightly to get those microscopic spots I may have missed. Hey guys, so yeah, I just took a moment to clean out my cartridge with distilled cup of water. I wanted to get all that hot pink out of there before I switch to the next color, which will be this bright orange that I'm using here now. And I'm going to do like previously I said before, I'm going to just turn the cartridge needle in various different ways for me to get the job done. And as you see, I'm not applying a lot of pressure to the skin. I'm doing a light stretching with actually my tattooing hand, and also having my 4 fingers grip down on the skin to get a nice even spread of the skin. Small light circles, letting the needle do most of the work until I get into those tight, hard to reach areas, as you can see, like on this arm, and when I get down to the foot area. And what I like to do is like to turn my machine a bit flat on the side of the line that I have created, and then to shade and color off of that line. So either go from the left or the right when I'm doing this, instead of just starting right in the middle, in which I notice it swells up wherever you start. So if you start from the edge, it's easier to go back in and tattoo the full area if you start from the edge instead of tattooing and starting to color in the middle of a tattoo. It seems to swell up in the middle of it, and then you have I like to call it a heel, in which you going towards the edge, it goes down and makes it very, very difficult to get close to the edge of those tattoo lines. So see how I'm doing here now? Starting on the edge and pushing outward. And that is very, very effective when you want to do a full wall-to-wall color. Start from the edge and work your way out. That is exactly what I love to do to get that full area colored in there. Make sure you guys haven't done so far to hit that like button and also subscribe, and make sure I've dropped many more tutorials on my tattoo techniques and the equipment that I'm using. And again, this is a FYT cartridge needle flat. So here you guys go. This is the Keith Haring piece done wall-to-wall color. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm dropping many more videos soon. Thank you guys again. Peace out.